What is revisionism and how did it relate to the Sino-Soviet split? Have you ever wondered how two major communist powers could end up at odds with each other? The answer lies in a concept known as revisionism. So, what is revisionism and how does it connect to the Sino-Soviet split? Let's break it down. Revisionism refers to the rethinking or reevaluation of established ideas and historical accounts. It often challenges traditional views and proposes new interpretations. During the Cold War, this concept became significant as some historians questioned the common Western narrative about the conflict. They pointed out that American expansionism and imperialism played a key role, rather than solely blaming the Soviet Union. In the 1960s, revisionist thinkers argued that the United States, through its economic and military actions after World War II, aimed to expand its influence. This expansion was seen as a threat by the Soviet Union. This view stood in contrast to the orthodox perspective, which placed the blame on Soviet aggression for the Cold War tensions. Revisionists highlighted that the Soviet Union was weakened after the war and focused on recovery and security. They viewed American policies, like the Marshall Plan, as tools for economic dominance rather than genuine aid. Now, let's connect this to the Sino-Soviet split. This split was a significant Cold War conflict where China and the Soviet Union diverged sharply in their interpretations of Marxism-Leninism. The two largest communist powers had different views on global communist strategy. China accused the Soviet Union of revisionism in a negative sense. They believed the Soviets had strayed from true Marxist principles. The Chinese thought that the Soviet Union was becoming too conciliatory toward the West and focused too much on peaceful coexistence instead of revolutionary struggle. From the Chinese viewpoint, under Nikita Khrushchev, the Soviet Union was seen as betraying the communist cause. They believed that the Soviets revised Marxist doctrine to accommodate capitalist powers and backed down in confrontations with the United States. This accusation of revisionism was central to the ideological conflict that fueled the Sino-Soviet split. China positioned itself as the defender of orthodox Marxism-Leninism, rejecting Soviet détente and calling for a more militant stance against imperialism and capitalism. In essence, revisionism involves reinterpreting established ideas. In the context of the Cold War, it often meant criticizing American policies as imperialistic. The Sino-Soviet split was deeply tied to accusations of revisionism, with China condemning the Soviet Union for abandoning revolutionary principles. This ideological clash was a defining feature of Cold War tensions in the 1960s and shaped global communist politics during that era.